It's changed a lot drastically, let me tell you. Right after the win, I started getting better work, more work, and the quality of work had just shot up to the stars. And I've met so many new people, so many nice, very warm-hearted people. I've got to travel the world, see more places, you know, get a taste of different cultures and traditions, which is very satisfying for me. This year has been, I think, the most memorable year so far. Um, like I said, my traveling, and I love traveling. So for me, seeing different parts of the world, experiencing new things, learning something new every day about a different place or a person or anywhere I'm going, gives me joy. And so for me, this year has been very different. I have to be very careful of the things I do because I'm catering to the needs of my audience, and so that way I'm a role model for a lot of youngsters, and being my best, everywhere I go, I think that counts the most. It's a huge responsibility, and with a huge responsibility comes a lot of sacrifice. So my partying life, my life with friends, my social life has completely been cut off for this past 1 year at least. And but I'm enjoying it. I can't really complain. Like I said, with all of this comes a lot of sacrifice, and I'm more than willing to face it. Basically, I'm currently working on the lake cleaning campaign in Bangalore, from Bangalore rather, and the initiative of this was to go local, just to start off in Bangalore, go national, and then head international. But that's sort of taken a jump straight to the international, platform. So I'm working with two companies side by side. One is Sherwood Institute, and the other one is United Way, wherein they're funding us, funding everything for the lakes of Bangalore. Basically, Bangalore used to have about 270 odd lakes, I'm talking about 30 years ago. And right now, the current status of our lakes, we have about only 81 existing lakes left, out of which a couple have already been started. We've already started working on 21 of them, and it's expanding slowly but surely. And it's going to be a slow process. It's a long-term goal, about 3 years minimum. We're looking at that sort of a figure. We have different people on board, like engineers, ecologists, environmentalists. We're looking at the beautification part of it, in terms of what plants will attract what species of birds and butterflies. So that way, there have been new species of birds that have come into certain localities, and the people are very happy, and they take their lakes very, very seriously. It's very important to everyone. Of course we can. The question is how. Now, each of us, whatever we do on a day-to-day basis, kind of affects the environment in several ways, in drastic ways. And if all of us hold hands, if all of us create awareness amongst ourselves, if how we are talking right now, if you were to talk to people in a social gathering or a couple of your friends about it, they'll pass it on to their friends, and then the news further spreads. Humans, I think we are the ones who have caused all the problems in the world. Basically, like I said, climatic change. These things, some of us think that it's not controlled by us and it's the earth doing things, but this world, we live in a cause and effect world, and what we do affects one thing or another, and it's a chain reaction. It happens again and again and again. There's something known as the garbage island. It's twice the size of Texas, and basically there's a lot of wildlife, a lot of the marine life that is living in, there's so much of tension going on around that area because animals that pass through are killed, the fish die, dolphins, they swallow those plastic bottles. Are just, there's so many plastic bottles, so much of plastic material floating around in that area, and it's, just imagine, twice the size of Texas. It's a little alarming. I don't know, people have been working on it for a couple of years now, and it's too big to just pick up and get rid of. And like I said earlier, there's a lot of marine life that is living in danger right now, and it's something I think we should all take very seriously. I'm not talking about littering the Pacific Ocean, but starting off with the lakes around you and just respecting nature. It's your home, Mother. This is Mother Earth, and what we give to planet Earth, she will give back to us. So it's as simple as that. I think it's getting there. I think every country, has its own beauty, and then it has its own baggage. Well, to tell you frankly, I've always had, two dreams. One was, I always knew, there was this gut feel that I always wanted to be famous, and I don't know if everyone has that feeling, but I've always been drawn to, I love the limelight, I love cameras, I love all of that. And the second is, I've always been an animal lover, not just an animal lover, but like simple things like picking up a dog from the street and taking it home just to bathe it, give it food, and then keep it with me. But Dad would never let me keep stray dogs. He'd always say, what's wrong with you? How can you keep a dog, in a house? It's not nice. It has to run out and be free. And simple things like picking up garbage or planting trees. I would sit with my grandmom in her garden, and we would just be planting and watering the plants. And I've always loved doing that. I'm a very simple person. Other than modeling, after my reign ends, I'd like to continue doing what I'm doing now. It's what gives me happiness. And let's see, I really don't know what the future holds for me. All I know is that I'm not going to say I'm going to see where life takes me, rather I'm going to see where I take my life after that. So I'm the sort of person who lives in the moment. So I'm going to do that for now. It works best. I'm very open to that. I have no issues at all. If a great script comes along, why not? Languages shouldn't be a barrier.